Alright, so we are live. Let me move this microphone out of the way. Something like about here. I guess there will be fine. Alright guys, welcome back to another LearnDay. Welcome back. Who's there? Brian Meadows. Hey Brian. What's up? Glad you're here. Says it's his first time live. She's very cool. Nice to see you there. Nice to see you here, Brian. Marion, hello. Hey, everybody. Say hello as soon as you get here. Let me give it the microphone a little bit of gain. Alright, a little bit more gain. Let me know, guys, if you guys can hear me okay. I don't want to saturate this too much. And again, I'm playing with Linux stuff. I'll talk to you guys about what I've been doing in a second. We can start talking about stuff. Let me find. I should have notes for today. Mixed training calendar. Should have notes every time, but not I don't have notes every time. All right, so Martin, hey Morton, CD Jones, Eamon, hey Brian Meadows, thank you for the comment on the sound. All right, Marion, you can ask questions anytime, no worries. David 3D. Oh, that's great, David. Good luck on your demo reel, man. If you want to share it with us, share it, and we can take a look at it. It's delayed a bit. What, the audio is delayed a bit? I think my camera is weird. Don't worry about it. So, what you guys been up to? So, I was out last week. I was on vacation. We went to Cancun. It was amazing. Went to the beach. It was really cool. Really cool to be at the beach. Take a few days off. Visit some stuff. It was really nice getting some time off. But now I'm back into work. And I've been working really hard these days. So, no resting. Well, I took a week off, so that's great. Alright, so this week, the other thing I've done is I switched my Linux setup. I've been trying to do this for a while. I've been trying different things, different distros of Linux. I wanted to get away from the old stable CentOS. Which is great, works great actually, but I don't know, I wanted to try something new, have more of a modern take on Linux, and I was trying Linux Mint. Linux Mint wasn't working as good as I wanted. KDE was having issues with NVIDIA drivers and 3D applications and stuff. Hey team, what's up? So it was freezing on me a lot. Linux Mint KDE, so I had to try something else. Then I tried Manjaro. It was pretty cool, worked cool, but I had issues installing Houdini, so that was totally no go. That was alright because I wanted to try Arch Linux, but I guess it's not meant to be working with 3D applications. If any of you guys are running Arch Linux and know how to install that stuff, let me know. I might take a look at it. But now I installed Fedora 26, which it's basically very similar to CentOS. So just installed that, and it's cool. It's working really great, actually. Really nice work from the Fedora guys. Works really nice. The KDE version is the one I'm using, which is really solid. The KDE version I was using in CentOS was 4 something, and it was completely solid, amazing performance. Everything was great, and I couldn't find something that matched that performance. And Fedora 26, the KDE version, it's great. It's amazing. Works really great. So if you guys are interested in trying Linux and you're wondering what to use, go for Fedora 26. Works amazing. If you wanna use what I'm using, I use the KDE version. I don't use other desktops. KDE is the one I like the most. Alright, so I want to make some notes. Let me open a browser window and get my head out of the way first. So there we go. You guys can see my desktop now. By the way, if you notice, I don't know, I had some blisters in my mouth. I don't know what happened. When we got from vacation, everybody got sick. My wife got sick. I got some weird blisters. My daughter didn't got sick, so that was good. So there are some notes that I want to tell you guys about the grains video I did a few weeks ago, which is this one, destroying sandcastles. So in this video, I'm using some settings that I told you guys about. I researched a lot about the settings that I was using in this setup. Let me turn that down because you're hearing that, right? Yeah, I can see the audio there. All right, you can still hear it a little bit. All right, so there were some settings that I found out that were kind of stable, but they are totally unpredictable stuff. So what I found to be work better with grains is actually activating OpenCL, and OpenCL is just amazing for grains. Let me do something really quick. So if you haven't seen that tutorial, go see it. It's really nice. Let me just make this grain dry sand, whatever, doesn't matter. So here, this grain update node here, if you go to the solver and use OpenCL here, this checkbox over here, there, if you use that one, your solver will be way more solid than or stable than anything else. So you need to use OpenCL. I use OpenCL to simulate even higher version of the castle, and it was just solid, no issues, no weird pops or stuff like that. So yeah, try that. Try using OpenCL if you're having issues with your substeps and you're thinking that you need to go and make more substeps here. Maybe instead of doing that, just go try using OpenCL, and it will be more solid. Yeah, so that's good. That's good for me. Alright, let's see if there's integrations. You're figure rigging in Houdini, by the way. I've been rigging in Houdini for ages, man. The new stuff is just new tools. But even back with Houdini, like 8 or 9, I've been doing rigging all the way back then. So I can even show you a really old video of mine. Let me see. Let me just get that video because there's a bunch of crap in my Vimeo account. Okay, got it, Vimeo. Thank you for your suggestions. Crap. Let me just get that old demo reel I have. Show you that rigging in Houdini is not new, and it's been used in a lot of stuff over the years. So you can see this is my demo reel from 2011, and I had this rig of an elephant there. Let me put the volume down. And this reel got me hired in a studio in Canada, so it was pretty cool. Actually, we should do this today. This pins thing that I did a while ago. Let's do that today. This is really old, but you can see this elephant I did. It's a little bit old, but yeah, this was done all in Houdini. You can see the rigging, it's all done in Houdini. All those tools are still the same tools. Right now there are some new stuff, but the tools are basically the same, and they did the outer rigging on top of the tools that Houdini already had for years. Houdini's been the most amazing tool I've used for rigging ever, and I've used a lot of tools. Yeah, this is a really old demo reel. These things are stupid, and I did that guy. Stupid. Yeah. Anyway, that's an really old test. Look at that. That looks horrible. Oh my god. And then some liquid that looks horrible as well. Anyway, that was my 2010 reel, which is like 7 years old. Alright, so yeah, the new hey Javi, what's up, man? So the new the rigging stuff is not new in Houdini. It's really been there for a long time. Actually, I will tell you about this movie that's been done completely in Houdini. If you guys haven't seen this movie, The While, that movie was done completely in Houdini. It's a Disney movie. It's amazing. They started doing that movie for Madagascar, but I think they released the movie after Madagascar, and it was like everybody was thinking that it was a copy, but it wasn't. The movie is great. It's 2006 actually, and it's directed by Spaz Williams. So if you don't know who Spaz Williams is, you should. He worked on Jurassic Park. It's a great animator from back then, and he directed this movie. You should see that movie. A friend of mine worked on that snake rig in Houdini. This is all done in Houdini. Everything is done in Houdini. So if you haven't seen that, go see it and see that Houdini can be used for all that stuff. Notifications here live, right? Alright, so are there any other questions? Some solver, the animation from the cache is totally deleted. Are you caching to disk, David? If you're not caching to disk, it will be deleted. Anytime you change a parameter, it will be deleted. You need to be caching everything to disk, not to RAM or using the cache node. Just go here, use this guy to save to file, or use a file cache node. Cache drives stuff to this. Don't use this. There's a cache node. There's a cache node. I never use this node because this is just for RAM cache. As soon as something changes, this will disappear. So yeah, use caches to disk, not to RAM. Oh, Brian, that that stupid stair that I did, right? I remade that file. Let me find the file. I made another stair that was working correctly, because that stair was stupid. Let me find it. There's another way to do that stairs, because I don't remember exactly what I did right now, but I remember that I changed that. Maybe you asked in the video about this stair, and it was like, yeah, I need to change this stupid stair. Let me just find the file, and I can show you how to properly make that stair. Damn it, where did I put that stupid stair? And I don't remember oh yeah, I remember now how I did it. Alright, so this is how I did that stupid stair. So if you want to make a simple stair, do a grid. Use a grid. Let's call it stairs. So this is gonna be really simple. I wanna have one row in this direction, and actually two, because should have two there. So this is gonna be basically our steps there. So instead of finding the file, just remember how I did it. So we can use the new poly extrude to do this, since the poly extrude can take parameters now, or attributes. You can see we can have here for local control distance, scale. We can use C scale. So we can say, okay, let's create an attribute. Let's call it that C scale. We can copy it here. So we need to have that attribute when it created here. It could be a float. Yeah, it should be a float. Now what we need to do is just, let's say each primitive is gonna be one step higher, right? So let's see the primitive numbers here. Primitive numbers, we can see this is 0, 1. Let me make this that font bigger so you guys can see it large. There we go. You can see it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can use this value for the size of this. Oh, don't want to do that. We can use that value for the size of the step. So let's just use the prim num, and be we should be using the new Bex notation format. Let's see what we have here. We don't have it here. C scale is a point. C scale, yeah, here it is. But it's not evaluating for some reason. Oh, it needs to be a primitive attribute. Yeah, sure. So now C scale is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the first one's gonna be 0, so let's just add 1 to this. So we start at 1. So now basically if we do that and just make the distance like 1, or maybe 0.1, and you can see it's not working. But if we go here and set individual elements, now you can see we're making a stair, and we can just make control how high the steps are by this size here. If we put it to 0.5, each step is 0.5 units, and we're just controlling that with this attribute here, which is the primitive number here. And this is great because, again, this is Houdini. If we add more columns here, it's gonna be working. If we reduce the amount, it's gonna keep working. Like 2, even 3 is gonna work. It's gonna be really nice. Let's leave it at 10 for now. And now there's an issue here because all these guys are separate, and I use the old subdivision node to check. You can see these guys are separate, they're not united. So basically this is separate extrudes. So what I do to mix those or combine those is just use the new and amazing boolean node. So just put a boolean node there, and that's gonna actually fix those or join those areas that you can see. Now if I subdivide that, that's joined, that's fixed. Just with the new boolean tool, just makes those things unite. We can put the bottom of this if we need it over output back, and there you go. You have a stair that works like it like it should be. With the other one, it was stupid the way I did it, but this is how you can do some kind of stairs, and it will be very controllable. You can put these attributes into port these attributes to Unreal and modify it there in Unreal Engine. The amount of steps you want here and etc. will be cool. You can multiply maybe the amount by the height and have a solid height or something like that. You can do clever things from here, but there you go. You can make a simple stair with this new poly extrude. Using the new poly extrude attributes you can use. I haven't used any of the other ones, but go ahead and try with different ones, and there will be pretty exciting stuff you can use that. I think even Rohan Dalby did a video about the primitive, the poly extrude attributes. So take a look at that if you haven't. So there you go, Brian. That's how you do it. It is easy, Brian, but you just have to. Kushaw, hey man, what's up? Find rigging in Houdini better than Maya then? Way better. For me, it's way better. Can you speak your style in wire and constraints, please? I have no idea what you're talking about, wire and constraints. Sorry. Happy Feet was used, Houdini was used in Happy Feet, but it's not for the characters. I think it was more for the effects. Am I like a technical artist? I'm everything, dude. I work by myself, so I do everything. I do rigging, I do scripting, I do animation, I do everything, even concept stuff and whatever. So Kesha was doing Pyro in his laptop. Alright, so he's asking about doing a very large simulation with only 32 gigabytes of RAM. And I will tell you that 32 gigabytes is not low. It's a very good amount of RAM. I did a really huge simulation with only 16 gigabytes of RAM, and I'll show you guys that for ad that I made. And I will tell you how I did it. This one here. So this one I did for Ford with my good friends from Cluster. I didn't have the workstation that I have currently, and at the end there's a bunch of simulation I did, but the big one that was taking a bunch of everything, RAM and everything, is the final one where the town is being dragged, and I did all the smoke on it. So this, I did all those smokes from the tires there. All that smoke is mine. Other artists work on this. See, I work on all this shot. All this smoke is mine, and I did all this smoke around the town here, and this was a huge scene because there's some smoke behind as well. You can see there's a bunch of smoke, so this is a huge simulation. So what I did is actually I split it into parts. I did one part here, one part here, and one part here, and then at the back was also like split into 3 parts. So I did containers for different parts, and I simulated separately all of those. What I should have done is make clusters, like the name of the studio. I should have made a clustered simulation and run it all in one go, and it will be better. But again, that might take a lot of RAM if you just run everything in one go. But that's what I did. I separated the simulation into 3 parts, so you can separate yours into different chunks and then simulate separately, and then just join them together into one file cache or one file geometry file, and then load that in, and then there you go. There's your here simulation. There's even a way to split the simulations now, so maybe that could be done as well, because you can simulate different parts separately. I guess the slices simulate one at a time, I guess. So yeah, try that, and it will be the way you can work with your amount of RAM. By the way, thank you Kershaw for Kershaw for your support on Patreon, and everybody else that it's supporting us on Patreon. Thank you. Alright. Nobody knows my scene. Alright, I don't know what you're talking about there, Marian. I'm lagging behind on questions. Have you seen the video on Vimeo the user interface element? Yeah, that's fun, but I don't know what. It's fun that he did that kind of a game on the interface. It's cool, but I don't know. It's not used for anything, I guess. Modeling Houdini, it's amazing. Yeah, the boolean can just be used to solve self intersections, which is pretty cool, Brian. Maybe you know how to attach RVD to cloth, not cloth to RVD. I never done it, but I'm sure it's possible. Topic was OpenCL. I don't know what's that there. There's some way to use animated objects into Solver. Yes, you can use animated objects into the solver. Yes. Spaceboy says, what kind of processors do I have? I have, I can show you actually. Let's see. About system. Well, this is my system. I have two E5 2630B3 Xeons. So it's a total of 32 cores. So that's what I have on my machine. It's getting a little bit old, but it works pretty well. How long did it take you to render that? It took a while. I think it took overnight. It wasn't that heavy because this was also a project that it was a really quick turnaround. So I have to render this really quick, and when you need to render volumes really quick, use just direct lights or spotlights. If you start doing like environment lights and on HDR stuff, it will take a lot of time to render volumes. So if you have the time and the machines, use that way to eliminate the volumes. But if you don't, if you need pretty fast turnaround, just use direct lights and spotlights. And for this, actually, I just created an RGB pass. I just created the 3 lights and colored them red, green, and blue. And I passed that to the compositors, and they finished the lighting in comp, which is pretty common. I do that a lot. Brian Meadows, 6 years. It didn't take me 6 years. No, it was like overnight. I don't think there's. I'm not sure if there's a Redshift 2.5 demo right now. I think they're waiting for the final release, because 2.5 version of Redshift is not done yet. It's still experimental. So AA. I think you have to wait for the 2.5 version to to release before they release the demo of it. Do you know what are the new features coming in Redshift? There is a forum of features they're working on. I'm not sure if that post is live for everyone, but there's a forum post on the Redshift forums on what they are working for 2.5. So if you want to know, just go and see the forum there. Hey Grant, what's up? Which days will I be at SIGGRAPH? I'll be there from 1st to the 3rd. I'll be arriving the 31 of July, but then the expo starts on the 1st. So I'll be on the 1st of August. I'll be there. Spaceboy, un core de 7700K. That's pretty good processor, man. That's a pretty good processor. Alright, so we are going to do something today. Let's do that. That did that pin for really long ago. So let's redo that stuff. We have like about 30 minutes, and there's a bunch of questions. So let's do a grade of stuff. I should pick an image. You guys can suggest an image if you want, because I don't want to use my logo. That's just lame. But yeah, I'm gonna show you this. This is a bunch of images of LibRigs. Is it? There's a bunch of images about something like this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So LibRigs does this really amazing images, and I think a while ago he did some images. Yeah, some images like this one here, using like an image. There were some other ones that were pretty cool. No, that's not it. Something like this. We're gonna do this really quickly, Houdini. So something like this actually is what I'm trying to do today. I remember that guy. No. Let's see if there's something like that. That was what I'm looking for. I want to show you guys how I did that pin board thingy. Something like this will be really easy to do as well with this technique. And all this stuff, it's pretty cool, amazing stuff. Yeah, Lib does this really amazing renders in Arnold. If you haven't seen his work, just go to LibRigs.com. See the images he creates are freaking amazing. All this deformation stuff are so cool. He does amazing work and pretty incredible renders. So let's do something like that, and let's do it like a pinboard, one of those things that you put your hand on and just pops on the other side. So if you want to suggest an image, just let me know while I do this. So let's say that we want points. We want a lot of points. We can scatter points, but that's not gonna be it's not gonna be uniform. It's gonna be points all over the place, no order. Or we can just use the points here. And I think what I did for my pin board, it was a long time ago, like 8 years ago. I grouped the points like this, because I made it all procedural and stuff, but it will take some time for me to just redo it here. So I just group by range. Is the range here, or is it in another one? Group range, sorry. It's another node now, right? These groups are different. So I grouped by range, and I had like this attribute, I think. Is this the right one? No, that's... So I said let's get the columns, and I selected one every 10, something like that. Reference. Oh, it doesn't take a reference here? Weird. So I want to select points, and I want to say, oh, I think the, oh, this offset's cool. Nah. I did something like this. So I selected 10 every 9. Is it 9? Something like this. Let's see what I did. 10. I just want to select each row. Might be some other way. Oh, I'm doing an offset here, sorry. So I selected 10 points every 20 points, so it just selects one of these rows, and then I just let's call this offset, because I wanted to have like an offset of on the whatever I'm gonna copy to this. So I'm just gonna transform this now, and I transform that group something like that. Maybe 0.1 would be the exact number, I don't know. So then I could just copy whatever I want to this. Copy 2 points. Let's do spheres, because spheres are cool. And we can just make this guy smaller. And 1 is exactly not the right amount. 0.5 is actually the right amount. So now that's what I wanted to get, like staggered spheres there. But since this thingy, I don't know why we can't paste expressions here. It's totally stupid. They need to fix this. So let's try it by hand. Let's see if we can get the attribute from here. It's called columns. Let's say channel. That should be a bug. Grid 1. Get the columns. Calls. It's called. Times 2. And let's get the same here, like that. So that works. Now we need to copy this parameter here. So we want a square for now, and we can have more, and this would be working. We can hook the sphere as well, the sphere scale to the to that parameter. But for now, we're just gonna eyeball it, something like whatever, like that. And yeah, the transformation here should be also hooked to that. We should put this to about, how many do I have? 26. Should be like 20. Should be 0.25, I guess. Yeah. All right. So let's do it. Let's do it in at this scale for now. We can get the right attribute here. Let's say that this guide's 20. What's the ratio from 20 to 25? Let's see. If it's 20, it's 25. We should divide this by, I don't know. Let me calculate here. 20 divided by 25. Google says that it's 80. Let's see if that works. Channel relative reference. This divided by 80. Let's see if that works. 25. Let's see if it works if we change this. Seems like it's not working. Now, Alright, this is an interesting problem, but we're just gonna leave it for now. I should have a formula that I use for the other thing, but it's just gonna be like this for now. I'm gonna do it manually. So we have a bunch of points there, and we're gonna displace this with an image. All right, that's what we're going to do. There's a few ways to do stuff to attribute to from map. You can see there's this node that we can use, and you already see in there that we have just from an image we're mapping that color to whatever thing is. So right now we have that image that it's here in Houdini pick, the UV image here. It's what it's been using. It's what I'm using right now. Let's do the Houdini logo there. Then you can see there's the Houdini logo. But now we can pass that. Let's say with a wrangle, or we can just do it here as well. Just do the P for position. And it's weird, it starts to go away and stuff, but we can just do easier, just do here in a wrangle. Let's say that we're gonna take the color we have, or the luminance of what I actually did in my old tutorial. I said I created a new an attribute Bob like this. This is what I did back in my old days. I grabbed the color, which is here, colors here, so we can just say vector to float to get the luminance, sorry, the luminance. I got the luminance of that, since this is gray, but let's still get the luminance, and then plug this into the position Y, because we don't want it to plug this here directly because that's gonna be weird. We just want to plug it to the vector to float. We need a few nodes. Vector to float. Vector to float. To just get the current position, and then make another float to vector. So we're just gonna pass that position in the Y direction, like that. And we're gonna get the X position from the old position, and we're just driving the Y position with that thing. So you can see it's already doing that, but let's multiply this. I didn't. It's just a multiply add constant, and this is what I'm gonna just be using for my multiplying that. You can see now I'm just raising those guys from there. So the parts that are 0 is gonna stay lower, and then the other parts are gonna raise, and that's how you do that kind of stuff. So now you can just use whatever kind of image here you want. And I did a really complex. I did it in a really complex way in my old tutorial, because this node, I think this node didn't exist back then. So I created a Bex parameter. You can see this looks pretty cool. You can use just whatever image you want. Let's see, we have something with a face or something. The butterfly, it's rad. You can see that looks pretty cool. So that's how you do something like that. If you have a terrain, you can do it like that as well. Let's use the Houdini picture. See, white colors will be the highest, and dark colors will be the lowest. So if you have more points, it will be will look better. We can actually maybe let's just try this without doing all this crap, because this is distracting from the effect. So let's just not do this thing, and let's give this a bunch of points. So that this looks pretty cool. You can see this. Let me make this sphere smaller again. There we go. See, we have a bunch of points being controlled by that stuff, and we can just control that with how much with this parameter here. See, it looks pretty cool. It looks like a terrain stuff. We can also pass that to maybe to pass it to, if you want to do this in Bex also, like, oh, I wonder how this will be done in Bex, which is this is Bex, but this is Visual Bex. So if you just go here and say Bex, view Bex code, just try to ignore everything, but mostly the biggest part are here. So that's what's happening. Bulb luminance is getting the luminance from the color, and then this is just the multiplication, and then this is the this guy, the float vector, constructing that and passing that to the position. So it's pretty simple stuff. If you want to do it in Bex, to go ahead and do it. I sometimes I just prototype in Bob's here, and which is faster most of the time. So that's how you do it, and you can also just pass it for what am I going to try? Let me do this up here. So if we do it up here, we can even pass this to here. Oh crap. Yeah, anyway, it's still gonna work. We can pass this stuff also to p-scale. So let's bind export and put it to p-scale, and let's just pass the luminance directly, or make another multiply or a ramp. Let's put a ramp parameter there and multiply that to make this an spline ramp. Put that into p-scale, and now p-scale is pretty low because this thing is low. Now you can see the higher values had bigger p-scale. You can control the lower, the darker areas with this area, and the more illuminated areas with this parameter here. So there we go. We have also control over the point scale. You can see that. That looks pretty cool actually. You can make a really nice effect with this. Again, this is just gonna work with any image you pass here. So let's say even a sequence, like here, this is a small sequence. So this is what I did for that effect, and see, it's changing images. So if it's a sequence, it would just change really quickly. So there you go. If you want to do an effect like that, just go ahead and do it with this method. It's pretty cool and simple. Let's see if there's any questions. I bet there's a bunch of questions. Any advice on links to UV large meshes, like a building? Any advice on UV in large meshes? If those meshes are gonna be really close to camera, you need really large textures. I guess there's no way around UVs. You need to, but something like rocks or maybe even buildings, you can try the new triplanar texturing. That's pretty cool actually. Try using that. Maybe that will be faster for you. Do you have programming background? It's really needed for simulations in Houdini. So Tyler, I've been programming from all the way, I think 13 or 14 I started programming, so that's a bunch of years, long time ago, when computers were just one color on the screen. So yeah, I do have a programming background, but it's and I like both areas. I like programming and I like graphics a lot, and that's why I like stuff like Houdini. But yeah, is it really needed for simulations? No, it's not needed at all. I have friends that are animators and they use Houdini for a lot of work, and they don't know Python or anything like that, so you don't need it. It's useful, but you don't need it. How can I live animating the camera to have natural camera movement? Well, you can do all sorts of stuff. Adding noise to the camera always works. Yeah, there's some shops utilities for that you can use. Animating the camera, it's always tricky. There's no way around it, but just do it and work it until you get it right. But there's these motion effects things. Yeah, in case you're not seeing that, let me put this guy over here. No, that was not what I wanted to do. Okay, get out of there. I wanted to click this guy. So there is, you can right click on these parameters, motion effects, and you can add like noise to your camera. Let's say that I wanna see my camera and put it like here in this butterfly, and you can animate your camera here, and maybe you can have another level like a null, and let's say noise, and you can see, let me add noise into the, let's see if I can add it in the translate completely. Let's add some noise, and now if I play that, you can see the camera, it's moving around, has some noise on it, and I can still go ahead and I can control this with this panel that pops up, how much noise I have. Maybe the amplitude is pretty high. Let's put it back to down to 2, and so I'm still animating that, and I can have another level animation here, or even here. Oh, I did it in the camera, sorry. I was trying to do it here, but again, I can still animate this node to move the camera around, and it will be like layers of animation. You can try to add some of that in motion if you want to make your animations look a little bit more alive or something. What the pros and cons of working in a studio versus working independently is, asked Justin. Well, it depends on you actually. I like working on my own because I have my own schedule and stuff, and I like doing a lot of different stuff. That's mostly my main reason, is because I like to do so much stuff, and in a studio you may be doing just 1 or 2 things. So in a studio it's cool, but you don't have maybe the freedom to work on whatever you want, and maybe take some days off or whatever. But it depends on you, what you want, what you need, what you like to do. Brian says sleep schedule. I have a really normal sleep schedule. Or at least I think it's normal. I go to sleep about 12 or 1 a.m. But I'm not working until then. I work maybe around 7 or 8 o'clock at night sometimes. Maybe if I don't have too much work, I sleep earlier, and I woke up at 7 a.m. and then start working again. My sleep schedule is pretty normal. And my dogs are just we're on. Adrian says wondering about FFT. I don't know what FFT is, sorry. From sound to drive some things. Yeah, you can drive stuff from sound if you go to the if you create a shops context, shop network, and create an audio input, audio in, you can load an audio. Am I doing the wrong thing here? What import file, there we go. So you need a file, an audio file here, is it? Damn, I don't remember now. I've done this before. So you can load audio from here. In this little speaker here, you can say go to whatever of these guys are, real-time test, scrub, and then select audio, and you can select an audio here. And I should have some audio. This will be horrible, but I have some audio. And you have to, damn, it's been a while since I've used audio. It's cool. I think you need to put real time on. Nah, I don't remember exactly, but I have a DVD about this thing. But yeah, there's a bunch of ways to import audio and make it into driving stuff. But yeah, I don't remember exactly how to import the audio here. Sorry. Let me see if I... Oh, there's show audio. It's not loading for some reason. I'm not sure what's happening. Maybe I think that audio is really huge, and it's just gonna be like Houdini's just gonna say like, whatever, dude, I don't want to load your audio. Yeah, it's not loading that audio. I think it's not it doesn't even know how to do that thing, but whatever. Yeah, I can show you. See my VFX. It's not free though, actually, so sorry about that. Which one is it? Hiptrix 4, I think. Yeah, Hiptrix 4. There it is. This is the project that I was that I used some audio. Real motion graphics driven by music, and there's that file that just drives motion lines and stuff with an audio track, and runs in real time actually. So it's not free, but you can go and check it out if you want. You can still buy it and still get some money of it, which is cool. Alright, so I think that's 5 o'clock. This is pretty cool. Alright, so I should be doing something with audio, right? We can even put a line input here. That's cool. That's cool. Channels, common. Should be investigating about this. Having some audio input here into Houdini will be nice. Nice. I think I don't remember exactly how to do it. I'm sorry. Alright, so you guys saw this thing. If you want to make this more epic, we can get something just to for the giggles. Let's do this guy. That's gonna look cool. Let's make more points on this, like 5,000. 500, I said. I'm sorry. And let's make the points, the spheres, smaller, which we can control here. Can control exactly how large the largest would be, like there. And oh, that's totally super small. Maybe bigger. And this guy's gonna be 0.05 maybe. So now this looks like something we can light and render and make it look cool. There you go. if we make these boxes or something else, we can just drive those with this technique as well. You can do whatever you want with this technique. So, but you can use the same technique to drive this with an audio channel or an audio track, and that will be pretty cool to do actually. What am I doing with this? Nothing. So there you go. There you go, guys. Maybe we can render this just to. Before we go, I just create my setup that I always do. Just one light and one mantra node, and where's my camera? So ask any questions you have before I go. If you have any questions, I'm just gonna try to render this to see what it looks like, but it's just mostly just waiting for you guys to see if you have any questions, and then we can just wrap it up, and that'll be it for today. I'm not gonna save this in. I'm not gonna render the whole thing. I mean the whole what is it? 1080. It's over here. So you can see just with a few nodes we can create something that looks nice, and if we animate this it will be cool looking as well. And we can just add of course depth of field to make it look better. Everybody adds depth of field to make things look cool, right? But alright, that'll be it for today then, guys. Fluid manipulation tutorial. Voxel grid partitioning. I don't know what that is. Are the spheres instances? They are not. They're actually just copies. But you can create them any way you want. I'm just doing copy to subs. I can pack them, and they will be basically instances, although they're not. But they're basically. Will you be presenting at SIGGRAPH? No. I wish I was, but no, I will not be presenting at SIGGRAPH. Sadly. So yeah, that's how you can do something like that, guys. Alright, guys, I'll see you guys next week. What else? We're done, right, for today? Alrighty. Guys, thank you for being here. And thank you. Actually, this making them pack primitives is taking longer to render. Interesting. Alright. Okay, guys. We'll see you guys later. Thank you for being here. I love that you have questions and stuff that I don't know about, like voxel grid partitioning. That's pretty cool. I'll try to look into that. Thanks again. Thanks for being here. Let's keep learning together, guys. We learn together. I don't know everything. I learn with you guys as well. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, the camera is over here. See you guys next week. Have a nice week. Thank you, and let me find that stop button.